Hollywood is shocked and raging at the Walt Disney Company for daring to partner up with Sora with AI and to deliver it straight to Disney+. It's a black eye on Hollywood. Now, they're letting Bob Iger know about it. They're shouting him down. We'll tell you what's really going on and why Hollywood fears the end. Out of Variety by Todd Spangler, Disney's OpenAI deal appears to sanction AI companies. Theft of our work, WGA says. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again to the Pro Channel. It's a joy. It's a pleasure. TGIF. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to another video of excellence as we continue to give you what you need to know when it comes to entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve, you betcha, every single day. Click the like button. If you'd like to come back our way again, subscribe and drop a comment down below. Here we've got it, folks, out of CNBC. We're going to start here. We'll tell you what this whole thing's about. Bob Iger going on to CNBC to brag about his deal with Sam Altman, with ChatGPT, Sora, etc. It has kicked off an arms race between all of these Hollywood studios when it comes to AI, and celebrities are feeling very, very angry about it. We'll get to their response in just a second. First of all, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, on CNBC.
Why did you decide to invest $1 billion in OpenAI along with this deal?
Well, obviously, we've been mindful of the significant growth in AI to begin with, and extremely impressed with the progress that Sam and OpenAI have made. And that includes, by the way, as I said earlier, their agreement to both honor and value and respect our content. And we want to participate in what Sam is creating and what his team is creating. We think this is a good investment for the company. It's kind of a way in of sorts for us to appreciate even more what is obviously something that has significance in terms of the long-term impact on our business.
And there are warrants that came along with it. I guess you're not giving us any specifics, though, in terms of where those are struck. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I think that's correct.
Sorry, the details are a little murky here. You got to love it. And that's making the celebrities unhappy. They want to know. The celebrities, the movie stars, they want to know, what are the safeguards? How are you going to protect us? One of the things we do know is no voice is allowed, but the likenesses of these characters, absolutely in. Silent films with Mickey, you bet. Steamboat Willie, well, they lost that, but hey, you can still use it, eh?
Okay. Bob, at the same time you announced this deal, I reported on a cease and desist letter that was sent to Google. I would imagine there's not a coincidence in terms of the timing. I'm curious as to what your conversations have been like with other platforms, including Google, and why you chose to make that move today.
Well, we've been aggressive at protecting our IP, and we've gone after other companies that have not honored our IP, not respected our IP, not valued it. And this is another example of us doing just that. We've been in conversation with Google, basically expressing our concerns about this, and ultimately, because we didn't really make any progress, the conversations didn't bear fruit, we felt we had no choice but to send them a cease and desist.
All right, Hollywood's going to send Bob a cease and desist, maybe not really, metaphorically. Bob, at the same time, he's teamed up with Sam Altman and OpenAI, also going after Google. Man, you know, Google, they're such a small company, I'm sure Disney can move them around. We talked about that this morning. We won't go there again. Let's go to the Hollywood response to what Disney is trying to sell them. And let's just say the celebrities, the movie stars, the writers, the directors, not happy. Not happy, Bob. Out of Variety by Todd Spangler, Disney's OpenAI deal appears to sanction AI companies. Theft of our work, WGA says. Can I translate this for you? Because this is amazing to me. What this is saying is, hey, Bob, you're helping them steal our livelihood. Now, and this is coming from the WGA. This is not small potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just a bunch of nonsense, okay? In terms of who's involved in this. What are we talking about? We're talking about people like Spike Lee, like Tina Fey. We're talking about, you know, all kinds of major writers and thinkers inside Hollywood, all part of this. And they're not happy. I mean, if I named off the list of the most prominent members of the Writers Guild of America, it's impressive. The Writers Guild of America says Disney's huge licensing deal with OpenAI appears to sanction the AI company's theft of our work. You'll notice they say appears, because otherwise they would literally be accusing the Walt Disney Company now of conspiring in a criminal enterprise against them. So they put in the word appears. people are not happy in Tinseltown with Disney over this. Disney's announcement, this is the quote, Disney's announcement with OpenAI appears to sanction its theft of our work and cedes the value of what we create to a tech company that's built its business off our backs, the union said in a message to members Thursday, which is to say that they are calling for the, not for the mob, but for the coalescing of their members around the idea, hey, it's time to frown on Disney and Bob Iger. WGA said it will meet with Disney to probe the terms of this deal. Now, why did we play the CNBC clip earlier, folks? Because what did Bob Iger just tell you with Sam Altman by his side on CNBC? The terms of the deal and the safeguards they're not going to reveal. The WGA is saying, screw that, Bob, because we think you're about to screw us out of our jobs. So the WGA is going to probe the terms of this deal. Enjoy the probe, Bob, including the extent to which user-generated videos use the work of WGA members. We will continue to fight to protect our members' creative and economic interests in the context of AI technology, reads the quote. Under Disney's 3-year licensing agreement, OpenAI Sora will be able to generate user-prompted videos from a set of more than 200 masked, animated, or creature characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Sora and ChatGPT images are expected to start generating fan-inspired videos with Disney's licensed characters in early 2026, aka about 3 weeks from now. In addition, as part of the deal, Disney will make a $1 billion equity investment in OpenAI, because Disney is nowhere to be found in AI, so they're going to have to latch on to somebody, and OpenAI is the group they've decided to do so with. According to WGA's message to members, companies including OpenAI have stolen vast libraries of works owned by the studios and created by WGA members and Hollywood labor to train their artificial intelligence systems. We have repeatedly called for the studios to take legal action to defend the valuable intellectual property we helped to create. Now, the fascinating thing about this is that Disney has chosen OpenAI. Now, obviously, Disney was not going to choose to team up with Grok, with Elon Musk. Well, you know that, right? Bob and Elon don't get along. And the fascinating thing about this is that Elon's probably just going to go ahead and do Disney stuff anyway and say, hey, battle me, mouse. Take me to court. Disney also didn't partner with Google. And instead, they're attacking Google. And the reason that that's so fascinating is because Disney clearly thought that OpenAI was going to be the horse in the lead the entire way. And just in the last few weeks, Google took the lead with Gemini. So now Disney is partnered up with what could be number 2. We'll see when ChatGPT 5.2 comes out. But Disney's partnered up with the number 2 horse in the race and going after the big kahuna who's about 15 times their size, Google. Well, how's it going with the other groups in Hollywood? Not just the WGA, because, I mean, listen, I could name off, again, the members of the WGA. It is impressive and extensive. The celebrities you know in the WGA who are claiming, hey, you're screwing us, Disney, and we're gonna walk right up to the line of saying, you're stealing from us, Disney, but we're going to say it appears so that we don't have to file the paperwork just yet. Bleeding Cool has this, because it's not just the WGA. Now, SAG-AFTRA has joined in. And if you know what SAG-AFTRA is, it's basically all the rest of the talent, right? This is the actors now hopping in specifically, right? If you're not in the WGA and you're not in the DGA, you better be in SAG-AFTRA or else you're one of the technical people. And we love our tech people out there, right? We love them. Hey, Grips, we love you guys. SAG-AFTRA, this is the author by Ray Fluke. SAG-AFTRA and WGA had different reactions to Disney and OpenAI's 3-year, $1 billion deal. And it's true, they do. They have very different reactions to this. Let's see, what is the reaction? Now, it says the Writers Guild of America and Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, have offered their first thoughts on the matter. Blah, 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 blah. All right. The WGA, we've already read that. Let's go to what the SAG-AFTRA folks say. The movie star people, right? Although the vast majority of the people in SAG-AFTRA, they're not movie stars necessarily. They're people who are trying to work and make ends meet, earn a living enough that they can survive. Here's what it says. As for SAG-AFTRA, the union is looking to closely monitor the deal, acknowledging that it comes after months of frank discussions between SAG-AFTRA and OpenAI about the protection of performers. The ongoing dialogue reflects a significant commitment to taking SAG-AFTRA members' concerns into account and the protective measures applied to image, likeness, voice, performance, and intellectual property rights generally. Here's a look at what SAG-AFTRA had to share in its statement, including its support for Disney's cease and desist letter to Google. Now, why is SAG-AFTRA happy that Disney went after Google? In fact, I'll tell you this. SAG-AFTRA is happy about some of this because SAG-AFTRA is saying to themselves, hey, Disney's only using cartoons, creatures, and masked characters. That means our actors are safe. There's no voices being used. We're safe, baby. And Disney's going after Google. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. But they're going to need Google. They're going to need them badly because Google is YouTube and Google is every single search outside of X probably when it comes to important internet queries. Finding your favorite TV shows, celebrities, etc., all done by the power of Google. It says, quote, SAG-AFTRA will closely monitor the deal and its implementation to ensure compliance with our contracts and with applicable laws protecting image, voice, and likeness. SAG-AFTRA members are very focused on the rapidly expanding use of intellectual property and individuals' likenesses and voices by generative AI tools, and SAG-AFTRA remains vigilant about any such issues. We acknowledge Disney's and OpenAI's independent outreaches to us on this matter and their assurances that they will meet their contractual and legal obligations to performers and continue to implement systems to ensure ethical and responsible use of this technology. Thus, says SAG-AFTRA. Now, here's what you need to know, though. SAG-AFTRA is only happy so long as AI and Disney and ChatGPT and Google, they don't put any of their faces, any of their voices without permission into these things. SAG-AFTRA knows that the minute some of their members start allowing that, as did James Earl Jones before his passing, SAG-AFTRA knows that once their members start signing this off, perpetuity clauses that guarantee a studio have the ability to generate their likeness, their voice for their franchises, and that's going to happen. SAG-AFTRA knows that if one person exits, if one person walks away from the SAG-AFTRA unity and agrees to that, it's all over. And the companies will be able to use their likenesses, their voices, etc., forevermore and never need them again. SAG-AFTRA knows that. SAG-AFTRA is playing that game of trying to hold the line for as long as they can. The WGA, on the other hand, which features, by the way, there are a lot of people who are in SAG-AFTRA and the WGA. Why is the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, coming out so strongly then in the opposite direction? And it's clearly Hollywood, because the WGA recognizes that it's an imminent threat to their end, AI and its ability to generate content and stories, aka you can prompt stories with these characters, and suddenly all that woke nonsense they've been pumping out into the world will have nowhere to go because it will be flooded out by people like you, like me, prompting stories that we enjoy with characters who, for now, are voiceless and not featuring human faces. But that will go away someday too. And that's why Hollywood is freaking out at Bob Iger, freaking out at Disney. For now, some of them are happy that they're taking on Google, but the bottom line, they're angry. And they see the end. They see not the light at the end of the tunnel, but a dark place indeed where they have to go back to doing live theater, which frankly is where many of these people belonged anyway. Folks, that is the video for today. Did you come in here and learn a little bit? Now do you understand what's going on, what's at play in Hollywood and with ChatGPT and Google and all of this stuff? If you did, throw a like down and drop a comment down. And while we're going down, folks, also, hey, ring the bell. Until the next time we have the joy, the pleasure, the honor, and the responsibility of spending time together, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.